Let me explain you how to do reject inference. I'll talk about technique of reject inference, where I'll talk about how to use bureau and how to use fuzzy augmentation to do reject inference. I will provide you my own recommendation that how to use these techniques together. So let's take a look at the scenario. In our example case that we talked in the introduction to reject inference case, you had applications of July to September 2012, and you have their known good bad behavior by September 15. The problem was that you are need to apply score here, but you don't know the performance of all the accounts. You know performance of only part of the account. Those who have not taken loan or those who have rejected and their score was less than cutoff score, you don't have good bad. This is your unknown good bad population. And we need to infer about their performance. Now one philosophy which will guide us that how to do this is that in general scores are based on sound business sense as well as proven separation power of variables. So what will it mean? That rejected population has a little more probability of becoming bad than good. So we'll be more inclined to assign bad to rejected population, and we'll call someone good only based on proven exhibited behavior. If there is a proven exhibited behavior, we like to call them good, otherwise we like to call them bad. So let's take a look at how do we apply it. Here is the case, unknown good bad population. This is the case, and I'm going to explain you even with the sequence which you should apply the reject inference. The first thing that you should look at, do you get bureau match for the bad? So what you are going to do, you take a look at record available in bureau for similar product, open anytime. Just ignore the term within, open anytime. Now if at all he has gone bad, the applicant has gone bad in any of the product, you will call him bad. Also, to understand the bad, we'll apply little more stringent criteria. So if at all your bad definition was 90 plus in September 15, you can say if someone has ever become 60 plus between April 15 to September 15 is bad. Now you look at, first of all, here you are looking at 90 plus, someone who has not paid from 3 months, you are looking at 60 plus. Here you are looking at September 15 statistics, here you are looking at April to September 15, if in between also he was 60 plus, call him bad. So you are doing two things. First of all, you are looking at, has he taken personal loan ever? If you are talking of personal loan here, if you are talking of credit card, has he taken credit card ever? And had whatever was your bad definition, let's say 90 plus, then you know you are taking ever 60 plus, so you are taking ever first one thing, and secondly you are taking in lieu of 90 plus, you are taking 60 plus. So you are applying little more stringent criteria to call someone bad. As discussed, you will call someone good only if he has proven record that he is doing good, and that's what will be your next step. So what you will do, you will find if somebody has taken personal loan, in this case we had talked about personal loan case, a similar product opened in 6 months from the date of application. So if at all we are talking of, let's say July to September 2012 loan, you look at, you know, July to probably March 2013 personal loans. And why we are taking 6 months within the date of application? The reason is that to become good and bad also you require certain time. And that's why you want to take only those account holder who had got similar product from some other bank. And you'll apply again little more stringent criteria of good bad. I mean, rather I should say stringent criteria of bad. And if at all he becomes bad, you know, that has come anywhere here, otherwise you will call him good. So if at all our bad definition is 90 plus in September, someone who never became even 60 plus between April 15 to September 15, you will call him good. So if you look at, you have applied little more stringent criteria and called someone good only if he has a proven track record that he has taken loan similar product almost at the same time and has never become delinquent and never became severely delinquent or bad. Now you have obviously have the population which is where you didn't get the bureau match. Here also you look at who are the guys who had many inquiries for the similar product within 6 months from the date of application. But no loan, no product, similar product was given. What does it mean? It means that the person has applied almost everywhere and he didn't get that product from anywhere. I will suggest assign bad to all of them. Why? Because think of if each and every bank has rejected to give them the loan, it means something. And as I told you, the rejected population has a high chance of becoming bad. I will recommend to assign bad to all of them. Now you have a population for which you didn't get any match in the bureau. And what will you do now? How will you assign good bad to them? There you apply fuzzy augmentation logic. Let me explain you what is fuzzy augmentation logic. Fuzzy augmentation logic is that you'll develop a model on known good bad population, the part where you know the performance, and then you apply this model to generate probability of bad in the unknown good bad population. Once you have generated the probability, you'll actually do two things. You'll generate one record with outcome equal to bad and weight equal to probability, and you will generate another record where outcome as good and weight equal to 1 minus this bad probability. That is the good probability. Let me explain you through a simple example. Essentially one record will become two record. If the record was, let's say the bad probability of bad was 0.8, you will call bad 0.8, which is very much like whatever is the probability of bad, and you will calling as outcome as bad and weight as 0.8. And you will also you'll generate a copy of the same record, you'll call it good and weight as 0.2, 1 minus 0.8. Now if you look at, you have the inferred good and bad population, and you also have known good and bad population. Obviously with known good and bad population, you will take weight 1 and you will take the inferred good and bad with the weight that we have defined. And now you will redevelop model which is on taking all the data. So you have inferred good and bad and you have known good and bad. Now that model that you are developing is the model for the through the door population. So if you look at what you have done, you actually you inferred the population, you got the good and bad here, you knew good and bad here anyway, and you developed good and bad for this particular population through inference, reject inference. Now you will take this whole base and you will develop the score. That score will definitely become applicable to this place. Now the question comes, how will you know how good is that particular score? That will be the next topic.